Hey guys! So we did it. We did a whole season. Can you believe it, Lauren?
The entire season. Kind of a short season.
9 months.
Oh, you meant season 1 of our show, not Buffy.
That's right.
I got Buffy on the brain, guys.
What you can expect in season 2 is more Buffy, because there's going to be a lot of it. In fact, season 2, more than any other season, is going to be all Buffy across the board.
All Buffy?
It is all Buffy for season 2. Nothing but Buffy, because there is nothing that Whedon works on in that time span but that show at that point. So
nothing but
it is
Buffy.
going to be nothing but Buffy for season 2.
Hashtag nothing but Buffy.
Hashtag nothing but Buffy. That's right. At some point in the not so distant future, I don't want to make any promises, but I am looking into us being able to do, in so many ways, a live We Watch Whedon show from time to time.
I would love that so much.
Where we can interact with you, the viewers at home, directly in the moment, so we can all really watch together and experience this all as one. So look forward to that also sometime in the second season of We Watch Whedon. I love hearing all of your feedback at home, and I've definitely taken it very seriously, and I've tweaked things and implemented things and tried to give people more of what they're asking for. I want you guys at home to be as entertained as we are when we first experience it, and then when we watch it with you guys after.
This has been a blast. I'm just really anxious to get moving on and see where these characters go and see all the rest of.
Everyone is.
There's so much more
anxious.
for me to see, and it's not just Buffy. There's so much more. The scope of this, guys. The scope of this is really big.
I actually don't think I've seen this myself. So we're all kind of noobs on this experience. Yeah, I don't think I've watched this before. So
okay.
First for everything.
Buffy was created as a horror comedy. It's really sort of grown beyond that. Most of the characters have a piece of me in them. Obviously, Xander is fairly close to my high school experience.
I don't trust that Owen guy. It's the eyes. Crazy.
Oh, Owen.
There's also some of Giles in me. I did go to an English boarding school. I do have a bit of that in me.
That's why he loves Shakespeare so much.
I wanted Giles in the show because you want that British character who's sort of a classic horror movie staple. Someone you
totally
know,
is.
The vampires are coming, and the Book of Thoth will tell us how to fight them.
I make allowances for your youth, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility. Instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
I love writing these characters. When you're writing, it's just you and the characters, and it's a great place to be.
Oh, nice.
The witch episode was the first non-vampire story that we wrote, and so it was kind of a statement of principle. There's going to be other monsters and other villains. And we got a lot of flack from witches and from people claiming to be witches, but what's really going on here is the story about mothers and daughters. There are certain things about Buffy that her mother Joyce just doesn't understand, and Joyce is sort of coming to terms with that idea.
Oh, this just in. I'm not you. And I'm into my own thing.
Your own thing, whatever it is, got you kicked out of school, and we had to move here to find a decent school that would take you.
Boom.
Honey...
Cheerleaders are the great icon of popularity. That's why Buffy was one in the movie, and that's why she wanted to be one again in school. But Buffy, I think, finds it's a little more complicated being a cheerleader in Sunnydale than it is anywhere else.
This is where she throws her face across the gym.
Yeah, before she...
There you go.
hurts someone.
The episode was very important to me because David Greenwalt, my co-exec, and I wrote the story together.
Release the unworthy.
Never Kill a Boy on the First Date was an important early show for us because
he can
it was
hold
about
his Owen.
Buffy trying to have a normal life.
Maintaining a normal social life as a Slayer, it's problematic at best.
This is the 90s, the 1990s in point of fact.
Come
and I
on,
can do
Giles.
both.
Yeah, get with
Clark
it.
Kent has a job. I just want to go on a date.
And when she gets
With a
asked
boy.
out by one of the cuter boys in school and has to juxtapose that experience with trying to save the world again from vampires, it becomes very complicated for her.
You killed my date.
Your turn.
He was such
Xander
an
has a
over the
terrible
top
penchant.
villain.
You know, this is the episode where he really admits it and
Oh, the
tries
watch.
to see if she's interested in dating him.
What you need is a guy who already knows your deepest, darkest secrets and still says, hey, I like that girl.
Look at
Someone
Willow's
like-
face.
What happens is sort of typical of what happens to Xander in his life. Buffy is produced by Mutant Enemy, which is my
Grr.
company.
Arg.
The name comes from the name I gave my first typewriter when I was 15.
Grr, arg.
The logo was devised because our head of post came to me and said, you need a logo and we have 20 minutes. So I drew a little man and then I had him make him go across the screen and then I recorded him saying
I
"Grr,
love
arg."
that.
Oh, that's so
I've always
great.
been
That is
interested
great.
in
That means
I
that's
think
his voice that
because
says "Grr,
of
arg."
the isolation they feel.
Hashtag
They're
fun fact.
in the world but not of it. As a child, I always felt the same way, and Buffy deals with that kind of alienation. Well, every vampire story I've ever seen has its own
They're
mythology,
in the world but not
and we
of
tried
it.
to develop our own. Sometimes an older vampire might crumble into dust, but we have them all explode into dust, even if they're freshly dead. The vampires explode into dust because it's practically useful. For one thing, it shows that they're monsters. I didn't really want to have a high school girl killing people every week. For another reason, you don't have to clean up bodies for 20 minutes at the end of every show. And it also looks really cool.
It does.
The Angel episode
He invented dusting.
is the one where we finally get to find out what it is about Angel's past that he's been hiding from Buffy. He's 100% the wrong guy for Buffy, so naturally she can't get enough of him.
I really can't be around you. Because when I am...
Hey, no big. Water. Over the bridge.
all I can ever
Under
think
the
about
bridge,
is how
over the
badly
dam.
I wanna
think
kiss
it's-
you.
Kiss me?
Buffy and Angel do actually kiss in this episode for the first time. Basically, Sarah and David had a breath off. They both ate as many horrible things as they could before they kissed, just to be fun.
That's so terrible and disgusting.
We knew very early on that we wanted to do, you know, the classic.
Can't believe he
evil
tolerated that.
ventriloquist
Oh,
me
God.
show, but we
Oh.
also wanted to put a spin on it.
I'm the one with the talent here. The kid's dead weight.
Fighting with a dummy, again, is difficult. There were occasions where we used a little person in a mask for some shots. We had Sarah, you know, pinned down so that it was a fair fight. In this episode, the kids are forced to be in the talent show, and we learn that none of them have any talent. We shot a closing credit sequence that is their performance of a dramatic scene in the talent show. We were only allowed to air it once.
And,
It took us longer to film than anything we've ever done because nobody could stop laughing. They were just so good at acting bad.
Now I wish there were more special features to watch.
I know, right?
Yeah. Does anybody know where we can find more of this?
Season 2.
Oh. A lot of people have said, oh, you know, like season 1 is just kind of like, but it really takes off in season 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun sharing this experience with everybody, and you know, I hope you guys are having fun too.
I am so excited for us to start up season 2. Guys, we watched a whole season of Whedon.
We done watched it.